Doodlebud here. Today I'll be doing a quick little buyer's guide for the holidays. If you have a fountain pen enthusiast on your list you want to get something for, and it's in that price category that to me is the hardest to buy for all the time, the $10 and under. If you're looking for a stocking stuffer or perhaps a secret Santa at your office or a little gesture you want to do for a friend but don't want to break the bank, I will go through some options here. All of it $10 and under. As soon as I finish this video, I will be recording a more extensive buyer's guide for the holiday season covering a range of price points, all sorts of things and accessories. If you'd like to catch that one, hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss it. So unless you're a fountain pen user, paper's pretty boring, but we are very excited by this. Fountain pen paper is absolutely critical to form the holy tricorn of fountain pen unity. There's the pen, the ink, and the paper. This would be my personal top pick for that $10 or so price tag. Now again, the prices might vary a little bit in your region and sellers change their prices sometimes, but I picked up this one. This is the Clairefontaine Note Maker. I got this in store for $9.95 and that's Canadian. Nice bright white paper, nice and smooth, wire bound so you can fold it over. This is really great stuff. Also perforated here along the edge so you can just easily tear out a page if you need to. I really like this setup. Rhodia is another great brand that has similar setups to this. I don't happen to have mine handy, but there will be links down there in the description to everything you see here. Campus is another great one you can get. You can get these in packs and little cases that you can put together. Sometimes they'll also come in a 3-pack. And then there's Muji, which is another one of my personal favorites. Depending on region, availability changes quite a bit. We seem to have more options available here in Canada. I was on the Muji US site. There's a lot less stuff, but they do have a notebook I really like. It's available in the US as well. So I'll put links to a few different options in the description. I'll gladly say on behalf of all fountain pen users out there, if we were given a notebook like this from a secret Santa stocking stuffer or a friend who was just doing a kind gesture, we would be super happy. Next up on the list are inks. There's all sorts of inks out there. They can get quite expensive, but if you got $10, you actually got quite a few options. Diamine is one company that makes these little bottles. They're 30 milliliters. They're a little bit of a pain to fill out of, but they do have lots of color options and they're pretty good inks. It's a great and affordable way to test out an ink you're thinking about and not have to get the big giant bottle. And they're made by a company in the fountain pen community that is very well known and they make a good quality ink. You can pick these up on Amazon for about $8 to $10, something in that range. My personal pick though actually would probably be these Hongdian inks. You're getting a 60 ml bottle and they go for $10. I did a full review of all 16 colors that they have to offer. So if you feel like it, again, in the description, I'll have a link to that. Some of my top picks would be the sky blue, their regular blue. Black is always a good choice. And also their purple is really nice. You could also do a little detective work. And if it's a coworker, next time you pop into their office or see him at lunch break, you can ask him, hey, Bob, what's your favorite color for your fountain pens? But be prepared. It will be probably at least a 5 to 10 minute, very one-sided conversation. I mentioned earlier, everything was under $10. I lied a little bit because these typically go for $11. So if you feel a little extra generous, Monterverde, they have a ton of ink selections as well. Lots of great colors, 30 ml bottles. These are some great colors right here if you're looking for, but again, in the description, I'll put some of my favorites. And typically on the listing, there's a bunch of options that are on there. And now let's get on to a few pens. So there actually are some fairly decent pens that you can get for $10. This is one of my personal favorites. This is the Hongdian C1. There's 4 colors. This yellow, which I think is absolutely fantastic. This is my favorite version. There's a black, a blue, and a red. It has this little hooded nib on there. It's a cartridge converter pen. So for those folks that don't know anything about fountain pens, you can put cartridges in here, but it also comes with this little converter. And that's what you use to get the ink up. It has this little piston that you turn and you put this into the bottle of ink and then it will suck up the ink. So it's quite nice that this is included. It only has a couple nib options so far. I believe it's extra fine and fine. If you don't know what nib to get them, again, if you can ask them, even better, what's your favorite nib size? And they'll tell you all about nibs. So again, prepare. You need at least 10 minutes for that conversation. Or take a look at their notebook. See, do they print very small or quite large? Most likely, just to be safe, go with the fine. Another good one, which comes in all sorts of really fun colors, is this one here, the Jinhao 82. I believe it comes in 3 nib sizes, extra fine, fine, and medium. This one also has the converter included, and it does take cartridges, although it's a Jinhao size cartridge it takes. It's a decent little writer. It's fairly comfortable. I have a big hand and I still enjoy using it. And for right around that $10 price mark, I tell you, it's a very well-made pen. This other one here in the back is the Pilot Kakuno. Now, Pilot is a very well-known pen manufacturer. one of the best, if not the best pen maker that there is in the business. And I have gifted a few of these Pilot Kakunos to different people. They've all been very, very happy with them. Come in a few different nib sizes. Again, see if you can do a little research work to ask your friend that you're thinking about buying for what they prefer. One thing with these, they don't come with the converter. So perhaps they have another Pilot pen that they can use the converter for in this one. But if you're feeling a little extra generous, you can pick up some cartridges, add those into the cart as well. They're easily available, not too expensive. I'll put those in the description as well. Has a nice little snap cap, teeny little roll stop on here so it doesn't roll away even though the pen is faceted. Just an overall very well built, good functioning pen. It's a great starter pen for folks just getting into the hobby. Also, it's a great one for traveling. Another Pilot pen I'll throw up on the screen here because I just don't happen to have one with me right now, but that is the Pilot Varsity. With those, they actually even come already filled with ink, so they're ready to go, and you can get them in a 3-pack for $10. One last little thing that if you're not sure of what ink or paper or pen they would like, this is something here. We're getting lots of glare. Now with fountain pens, one thing you need to do sometimes is check out your nib. And sometimes the alignment can be out or the spacing's off a little bit. And you just want to check your nib, make sure it's okay, but it's quite small. You can see that little tip there. It's very hard to see if everything is perfectly aligned. I'm trying to hold this as steady as I can, but this allows us fountain pen users to check our nibs to make sure if it's a little bit off or feels scratchy or writing dry. This is a very handy tool to have. So there actually are a lot of great options at that very difficult price point of $10 and under. When we did Secret Santas or gift exchanges and this price spend was $10, it was always a nightmare to buy for somebody. But if they're a fountain pen enthusiast, it's actually quite easy to do. I can confidently say on behalf of all fountain pen users out there, if we got something like this on this list I showed you, you would totally hit a home run. They'd be excited and know just how thoughtful it was because of all the research you went through. If you like this video and also don't want to miss the one where I do a very large price point for the holiday season here, be sure to hit subscribe. Thumbs ups are appreciated. Check the description. I'll have all the info there. Drop some comments down there and we'll catch you next time.